right, so hey people of God, this is Rashana B back with On My Way Up movement, and I'm back with a quick word. So I wanted to talk about something, right, that I think that a lot of you all may be able to relate with. And I have been in this place where I've been like super duper restless, right? Like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And it's this uncomfortable feeling like, just to kind of give you an example of what I'm saying. Like, I remember when I was younger, a lot younger, and I went to the hospital. My cousin was in labor, about to have her little girl, her baby. And I remember she kept wanting to get up out of the bed, right? She couldn't get comfortable. She kept wanting to get up out of the bed, and the doctor would have to tell her, no, sit down, sit down, sit down. It was like she felt like if she got up out of the bed, maybe she could find some comfort. And she just kept doing that throughout the whole, time period of laboring until finally she had her baby, right? And that's me in the spirit, and I think that that's a lot of us in the spirit when we're not necessarily in our purpose. And so not too long ago, I know something broke in me that needed to break, and I'm really happy that I finally got to that point, because I guess I just needed to get there, and it took circumstances, events, maybe even some frustration. I put my hand in a lot of different things. I've started different projects, and it never felt like it was exactly what I was supposed to be doing. And so the other day, I got my AC off, you guys. I'm on my lunch break. But anyway, so I broke, and I said, God, you know what I realized is that I'm not in my purpose. I haven't found it yet. This is the discomfort. I'm going through those birthing pains. I'm moving around on the hospital table trying to get comfortable, and I just can't until I have this baby, till I birth this baby. Lord, you could give me all the money in the world right now. You could give me the perfect husband right now. You could give me the biggest house, my dream house right now, God. And I would still feel just like this, God. I will still feel just like this. I will still feel unfulfilled. There will still be a restless, a nagging, a gnawing at my soul. I will still feel like there's something more that I'm supposed to be doing, and I haven't touched it yet. And a lot of us will think that because whatever we're doing and it's paying, that we're in purpose. Or because, we have status, then that means we're in purpose. Or because it gives us happiness, that we're in purpose. But the truth of the matter is that when you're in purpose, you're going to get total fulfillment. You're going to be fulfilled. Money won't be a factor. Status won't be a factor. Views and likes won't be a factor. You will just feel fulfilled, satisfied. That gnawing won't be there. That feeling that, man, God, I should be doing something else, and I know it, but I don't know what it is. And some of you all are feeling like that, and you don't know what it is. You got people that are giving up on you because you keep touching different projects, and you have a lot of people investing in you, and they're supporting you, and yet you haven't seemed to catch it. You haven't seemed to birth it, or do exactly what you know you're supposed to be doing. And as a child of God, this is actually an indicator that you're healthy spiritually. Okay, that you're actually, finding your identity in God, that you're finally realizing that you're just the clay, and that you really don't run nothing, and you never will, and that you need to surrender. You're really at a good place when you start to feel like this. And don't put an age or a time limit, and I struggle with this as well, but I look at people in the Bible like Moses, it wasn't until he was 80 years old that he stepped into his purpose. Abraham was 75, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. When he received the promise about Isaac. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly the age, but I know he was well up there. Okay. Joseph was 30. David was 30. You got people who it took a while. And it's okay. You know, spiritually, there's no such thing as hitting the wall. I even hate that terminology, to be honest, because to me, it's like putting a period on God. And I struggle with this as well, you know. But it's some of you that are wondering, what is this discomfort that you're feeling, this restlessness, this feeling that, God, I just don't want my life to pass me by. Child of God, I want you to understand you are yearning to step into purpose. You're yearning to birth what God put you here to birth. You're yearning to do what God called you to do before the foundations of the earth. You are actually in a really good place. At this place, this is where you put down your expectations. Okay? This is where you surrender and you say, okay, God, you know, I don't know what it is that you want me to do. You know, I've tried this, I've tried that, and yet I still feel like that this is not it. You should be at a place by now that it don't matter if it pays you. You should be at a place by now that it doesn't matter about the status, because you've gotten all that with lesser projects, meaning these were projects that were not what God called you to do. And yet you were still able to reach a certain level of success, and yet you're unfulfilled. So you should now be at a place where you realize none of that truly matters. Okay, it is about fulfillment. It is about that peace. It is about that satisfaction when you lay down every night. You know, okay, God, I'm in your will. I'm in obedience. I'm doing what you call me here to do. So I want you all to start thinking about that. Those of you who are going through this, who are feeling this, I know I'm not the only one who have went through this, who have gone through this, who is going through this. Okay, but wait upon the Lord. You know, those who put their trust in him, he blesses them. He delivers them. He gives them light. He gives us clarity. Okay, he's going to show you, but you had to get to this point right here. This was a breaking point. You know, if you are here and you prayed this prayer, you broke. Something in you broke. Okay, and I'm super excited for us. God bless you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell me what you all think about my content. Welcome, welcome, welcome for the new subscribers. I'm happy that you're here. I pray that you get blessed and get fed well at this altar. And I pray that you all just have a blessed day. I'll be back with something new. Bye.